And we are finally back with Hunter x Hunter 409. I'm late this week. I apologize. Life happened. Work. Doctor. Stuff. Holidays. You know the vibes. But I'm not going to waste too much time getting into this. In 408, we played a good amount of the card game between Morena and Borksen. Got all the way down to the return and the no cards. And then martial law was called. To put it simply, we learned about the Carnival orphans, of which Morena was one of, and all of the horrific things that happened to her. We learned that Borksen is of the affinity of specialist. We learned about Morena's power from her perspective to Borksen, as well as Morena's goal from her perspective to Borksen, and sort of Borksen's perspective on it all too. She just wants to kind of stay out the way. I wonder why this entire group of people, her and Otosine and the like, wanted to just stay out the way and not really achieve anything. But that was most of the last chapter, and we ended with special martial law. So on we go to Hunter x Hunter 409. And then we're just gonna snap in. So let's go, guys. Hunter x Hunter 409. Special martial law. Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Passengers on Tier 5 follow orders from the military, police, and your bosses. The problem in an upper tier will not affect Tier 5. Do not be alarmed. Likewise with Tier 4, the closure of the passageway is to prevent the problem from disrupting the lower tiers. Safety measures are in place, and this issue will not affect Tier 4. See, they can say that, but off the rip, they can't really be sure because of people like Luini and co, right? People have transportive abilities, but granted, they have to say this in order to maintain some form of stability or calm. Special martial law, the maximum alert level in response to a national threat. With this announcement, all Royal Army soldiers are granted the right to shoot anybody suspicious without warning. It will be their duty to remove any armed citizens and eliminate subversives. All citizens on Tier 3. Looks like we're going to go all the way up. Face the nearest wall. It's a Tier 3 problem. Is this Haley, Hulkenberg, Phantom Troop? Who are the parties on Tier 3? The funeral procession's on Tier 3, right? Or is that Tier 2? Tier 2. Well, Finks and Phaeton are headed to Tier 2. Nobunaga's headed back down to Tier 3 or 4. So, okay. Place both hands on the wall and stand by. Do not move until you receive orders from the Royal Army. If you do not comply, you will be shot. Negotiation Part 3. Even Morena is a bit tense. I don't blame her. I was just on Tier 1 a short while ago and I still didn't expect this. But now I can narrow down where we are. More details, let's go. They wouldn't broadcast the upper tier announcements to the lower tiers. Now I know for sure we are above Tier 3. Ooh. I pick deal. If the broadcast continues, I'll be able to narrow it down more. What? It's my turn. The deal card. Borksen's making moves. I wonder if this confidence will bite her, but I really like the way she's going about making sure her resources to information aren't cut off. Like, she wants to move, she wants to keep things. Well, the thing is, she kind of has Morena on the back foot right now because we can't really see Morena's face fully. I think this would probably be one of my favorite panels of Morena if we could. Because the tense and unexpected isn't something that we've seen from Morena at this point. All citizens on Tier 2, return to your rooms at once. Do not hold anything in your hands and await further instruction. The more I think about it, the more this Tier 3 thing going on is probably just Haley nonsense. Leave all doors open. Or it could be we don't really know what too many of the Nenbis could do. It could be it could really be anything. Leave all doors open. Sit on a chair and place both hands on a table or keep them raised above your shoulders. You're so calm, even through this. Amazing. All right, the game goes on. I didn't think the risk to our side would actually surface with this timing. At this volume, she should have heard me over the announcement if she was listening. She had to ask twice because, 1, she was distracted by the announcements. 2, she needed to buy time to organize her thoughts. Either way, this interruption benefits me, if that was not a ruse. If that wasn't a ruse, Borksen. She understood the emergency, yet agreed to continue the game. She either thinks this hideout won't be found or she's confident they won't be neutralized. Probably both. That isn't that big a deal for me. If this game continues without a hitch, we won't argue over the results. It would be best, of course, if the Royal Army comes in and neutralizes them, but then I could get hit by a stray bullet, or they might assume I'm one of Morena's people and shoot me. Even if I don't get shot, I'd likely be taken into custody, questioned, and tortured. To get out of this as peacefully as possible, I need to leave the game with the X card. The deal means you can take back a card from the graveyard by fulfilling my small request. I know what to request already. A kiss, okay? So she's going to give her ability. I wonder if she'll use it as leverage or as a means to... Because here's the thing, right? Here's a very common thing we've seen all across Hunter x Hunter thus far. And that is, you know, the curiosity of the genius. Borksen is clearly of the Nen user, high tier Nen user, and or Hunter ilk in terms of intelligence. Like, that, the very first thing I told you guys when we met this group is I would be very excited. I want to see them learn Nen, because I want to see a group of adults from scratch that have tangible talent sort of just work through it, because they've built everything else up already that they would need, except for an understanding of Nen. These people are very smart. These people are in shape. They are of a military background. They are, you know, not only in terms of like scientifically smart, but theoretically smart. And that's very important for Nen use. Let's move on. I'd rather not. Mouth to mouth, a deep kiss. Just one, but it'll last until I'm satisfied. It has to do with my ability, so I'll warn you. The kiss is one of the conditions to grant my ability to my followers. I need to fulfill 3 conditions to have you join me. The negotiation game must end with a yes. I infect you with my ability via a kiss. You must be present where I or someone on my team commits murder. All 3 of these things are going to happen. That's a lock. I don't think we got these conditions for this to not happen unless it's through a plot twist later on. The order doesn't matter, but all 3 must happen or it won't count, so don't worry. Please decide whether you'll oblige under these conditions. Everyone on back to announcements. Everyone on tier 1, please return to your rooms and await a military investigation. Once that's done, your freedom to resume your daily activities prior to martial law is guaranteed. The emergency broadcast meant for tier 1, so they're on tier 1. It would never be broadcast in the lower tiers. It means we're in tier 1. Was there a way on this cruise ship to kidnap me from tier 3 then carry me to tier 1? That can't be right. She's the Haley boss. She pretended to be the second track faker to take over. She had a residence on tier 1 to begin with, as a shout out to the Royals. They set it up so they get all the broadcasts here. We could be anywhere. I know it's a lot to ask. I promise we won't force any of these conditions on you. So her information is effective. I mean, it's become both very useful and void. Because if she assumes the literal conditions of the situation to be accurate, they'd be on tier 1. But if she assumes that she had access to tier 1, but then basically rerouted communications and built up in illusions make it look like it was on tier 1 as an extra layer or safeguard for their base, then they could be on tier 5. It's tricky to wonder where they'd be at. And I'm wondering how she pulled so much favor. How she pulled off this fake so elaborately is a question to me. There's something I need to know, and I have to get the X card back. I'll do it. I have to. All right. Step over here. Wow. I'm sorry. Huh? What for? What's up with her always blushing, by the way? I'm wondering whether she's taken back by Borksen, or it's just like, if it's just genuinely her personality, like underneath all the bullshit, or if in third it's just a ruse, because well, I didn't think that would be your first. How would you know? Don't answer that. Do you want to take a minute? What's the big deal? I want that X back. Come on, let's go. You don't have to push yourself. This is seriously unnecessary. Hold on. These 2 cards. Can I turn them over and look at them? I took my eyes completely off of them during your sexual harassment session. Yo. It's not just the line. Borksen is a thug. Like, Borksen's a gangster. I fuck with Borksen. Borksen and Otosine, for me, I'm not gonna say, well, at first, obviously, Borksen was a slow burn because we didn't get anything on her for chapters. But, like, I could see them rising to a comparable level of favor for me as, like, Henry. I don't know about you guys. Okay. As I've been saying, I am not cheating. You still want to see them? Are you saying they're both X? Yes. It's not a problem if you're not cheating, is it? No, it's not. But it's sad. Some people want to look through their partner's cell phone while claiming, you wouldn't mind if you're not guilty. It just says you don't trust me. That really turns me off. That's okay with you? Yes. Can I flip them over? What happened to privacy rights? She's a gaslighter extraordinaire. So sad. We even kissed. Shut up. That wasn't kissing. I'm flipping them over. See? They're no and return. Yes. What was the significance of that? If there's no significance to that, it's still brilliant. Because it's just elaborate detail showing. The framing of this overall game has been immaculate too. I've been loving the paneling. Like, it's making, we're in a single room, but like the environment still feels lively and dynamic. It doesn't remind me of the show, but like the approach to Chainsaw Man, like sort of the cinematic vibe. And I'm not saying that Togashi didn't have it first. That could very obviously be true, but just a similar feeling. And I'm a big fan. Okay, cards have been shuffled by, I don't know his name. He just kind of looks like a reptile. Okay, take your pick. Oh, that's too bad. Would you like to check those 2 cards again? See, but like there could still be, she said she wouldn't cheat. But is that technical wording? Like, what if bro is cheating that's shuffling the cards? What if somebody with an ability to change the cards face down is cheating to manipulate the sequence? I don't know. Okay, go on. Please pick your last card. If you only have one question, we can skip the QA card and go straight to QB. I picked the QA card. Okay, I'll answer as many questions as you have. Let's begin. This hideout is somewhere on Tier 5. No. This hideout is either on Tier 4 or Tier 3. No. This hideout is either on Tier 2 or 1. I knew it, Tier 1. No. What? You're lying. No. This hideout is on board the Black Whale. Yes. This hideout is made using a Nen ability. Yes and no. What? Where could it? I think they moved from the Nen ability. Well, rather, maybe illusion was dropped. What? It can't be. This hideout. Oh, they felt this. Maybe it's like with the machinery. This hideout is between tiers 2 and 3. So where Finks and Phaeton are, like right now. Yes. Yes. This was planned all along, since before they built the Black Whale. That was the sound of the central gate connecting tiers 2 and 3 being completely shut. We must be around here. Okay. How did they plan that far ahead? Beyond? The entrance to the hideout is somewhere regular people can access. Yes and no. There are multiple entrances. Yes. There are 2 entrances in all. No. 3, no. 4, no. 5, yes. Her first pause before her answer. It wasn't hesitation, more like counting in her mind to ensure she's truthful. I'll use those vows and limitations to my advantage, so you won't be able to get any of us after I leave. Including you, there are now 23 of you in all. No. 22, no. 21, yes. If I get to walk away from here, the information you gathered will be voided and you'll keep your promise. Yes. If the no card is the last to remain, you're going to kill me. Yes. I love this, dude. You're the only specialist among the 21 of you. Yes. You know all 20 of their abilities. No. There's currently 1 enhancer. No. I'll squeeze as much information as I can out of them. Last question. I'm actually glad I talked to you and got to know you. If I get the card that enables me to leave, I'll try to change Kakin in the ways that I can, but you don't intend to change your goal. No. You won't change your goal at all? No. You won't change your goal no matter what happens? No. If we could find something, maybe anything that could allow us to meet halfway. No. I won't. I will not change my goal. All right. That exchange was everything. Got the 2 cards. And see, it's always the same dude handling them. I just don't like it. I don't. So we shuffle. And the flop. Now decide which card to discard and slide it forward. This is it. Your last card. Let's do this at the same time. If that's return, I die. If this is return, I'll forget everything that happened here and leave. Alright then, on 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, oh God. Congratulations. A shame, but it is what it is. Now exchange return with the card you want and the game is over. Oh, I'm sorry. I crushed the return card. It's all crumpled now. It's alright. We use a new set every time. That's good. Huh. Isn't that a mistake? She took back yes. No. It's not a mistake. Oh, Borksen's plotting. Borksen's plotting. All right. So let us in earnest go over what we learned from this chapter. Borksen's definitely a kind soul. Borksen can definitely, to a degree, sympathize with what has happened to Morena, and sort of in the perspective that her aspirations come from. She's excellent at intelligence, digging out information, game theory, as well as just comprehension, because she immediately was able to start digging into Nen immediately. I wouldn't say we learned as much about Morena here, because everything about her is still behind the guise to me. It's much like Crollo was for a while, or like Hisoka still is. Like, you know the traits that they outwardly exhibit, but you don't know their motivation or their core. Now, we understand Morena's rage. That's very clear. And Borksen's gonna have to see people get killed and possibly start killing to keep this going the way she started it. Between tiers 2 and 3, there might be a troop run-in of some kind. Things are gonna get hairy. These past few chapters have been really Borksen focused, so I'm really curious to know where her narrative goes. And yes, they've been Morena focused too, but much more passively. Like, we're doing active discovery on Borksen here, and through Borksen, it's going to sort of let us know the heights and limitations of the friendship true. I don't really have too much to say here about this chapter. The sequencing was excellent. The way the story moved forward, this was basically a fight. We got through it in 2 chapters per the Togashi usual, right? We got through it quickly. We didn't really waste much time, and we move on to the next thing. But I'm curious to see what this yes means, and then what it looks like. Because we know for sure that 2 of the conditions are cleared. The only one last to be cleared is she has to see someone within this group murder. But the way I interpret this at stand is very much like a Crollo being a criminal. It's insertion and immersion into a situation so you can understand it at full capacity. Now, the lingering question I have relative to this chapter is, how was this planned before the building of the Black Whale? Who was the fake Morena Prudo connected to? I mean, that is now her name and identity, so I'll just say the alive Morena Prudo. Who was she connected to? It had to be somebody in a high place. Based on the way this looks, this could be meddling of the Beyond group by proxy through Pariston, or something completely rogue. I highly doubt it would be something within the Royals, unless it was a plot by an angle from Nasubi in order to maintain the throne and be able to siphon off the results of the succession war. That's all I really have. There was an excellent post on my last chapter. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. A viewer comment really sort of blew me away. It just came from an angle I hadn't even considered. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, declaring martial law. So the thought there was that Morena orchestrated a misdirection to manipulate Borksen into her fold. The timing is suspiciously convenient, aligning perfectly with Morena's goals. Martial law forces Borksen to use the card to uncover the truth, effectively limiting choices. This gives Morena the initiative, allowing her to steer the situation in her favor. And that was by P. Matuo, or Matuo. I'm not sure how to say that, but shout out them. So keep in mind the idea and possibility of misdirection at every turn here, because it's greatly valuable in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, that about wraps it up for me. It was another great chapter. Looking forward to 410 in a couple days. I will be on time for that. Just getting back into the swing of things overall with content, with this, with the other stuff I do. And I'll see you guys again shortly. Let me know how you feel in the comments, your thoughts in the comments, any theories, any questions you want to ask, anything you want to work through, or in general, if you just want to rave and be a fan and enjoy the chapter, feel free. We chop it up in there. Some of y'all chop it up with each other. We just want to build a community on that, because really that's all I want my 100 videos to be about, is just appreciating this work, understanding it, figuring it out, every twist and turn, every brilliant plot twist, plot beat, character moment, etc. I just really want to appreciate it as much as we can and enjoy it, and just have the content be as fulfilling as the story. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all soon.